So, one thing about my writing style is that I am not a planner. I do not sit down and make an outline. I do not chapter or organize my chapters. I don't know how many chapters I'm going to have when I start a story. And usually I don't really know what's going to happen. A lot of times my ideas start with a conversation, that I'm kind of hearing in my head between two people, or a really funny situation, or sometimes a meet cute. Like, especially as a romance author, like I'll just kind of be daydreaming and come up with a really cute idea and form an entire story and characters around that one idea or that one conversation that I am imagining two people having. It drives Stephanie bonkers as my editor and my business partner. She's, very involved in all of our works, and I will have a meeting and she'll be like, okay, I read up to this point, and then she'll be like, so is he going to do this or is he going to do that? And I literally have to tell her, I don't know yet. I just try to get myself into the mindset of that character, or the, the vibes of the situation or the setting, and just kind of see what happens. And so having written what I've tasted of desire almost in its entirety in the last 30 days, it's always kind of a surprise to me too what happens, or after I write something, that I wrote it that way. Or sometimes I'll have a little bit of a direction where I'm like, okay, the characters need to get to this point so I can do this big thing over here. And it's kind of a surprise. And thinking back on that book now, having so very little left to go, I just am so kind of blown away by the some of the scenes and some of the things that happen in that book, because they were completely unplanned. There is a scene in the second one where Alex is unconscious, and I had a very clear plan of how that scene was going to go and what was going to happen in that scene. And I had put in just a little bit of descriptor about like the stubble on Alex's chin. And that one little sentence, that little throwaway piece, sent me off into a whole tangent, and that entire scene completely changed and was totally different than I had originally planned it, even sitting down right there in that moment to write it. And as the years have gone on, I used to feel bad when that would happen, or when I would go off on a tangent and it would completely throw me off or something like that. And as I've gotten older, and as we have produced more and more work, and I've written so much more content, and I've just honed my skills and gotten better, I've really learned to appreciate just letting go, getting out of my head, and letting myself just free flow with whatever kind of comes into my mind, or whatever kind of fits in that situation. And in doing that, I have produced so much better work, and I've been able to have so much more fun in producing the work and writing all this content. And I think I that's one thing I really appreciate. I know that it drives Stephanie absolutely crazy, because we will be having like serious discussions about plot lines and character development, and she'll be like, well, is this going to happen or is this going to happen? And I just I will look at her and say, I don't know yet. And it's like a big thing, like it's like a big plot point. But I had so much fun writing that book, and I cannot wait. I've still got like I said, like a couple chapters left to go, but it's pretty much done, and I'm excited to share it with you guys. I'm really nervous to share it with a lot of you. I know that there's a lot of our readers that are used to a certain kind of format and a certain kind of expectation from our work, and I can tell you with complete certainty that this one is very different. And I hope that you like it, and I can't wait to see where we go from here. Again, as always, please read your trigger warnings, and happy reading.